So it's so nice to see you. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Alright, so we're so happy that you're here in Budapest. Did you get the chance to explore the city a bit?
Yeah, so we got in yesterday, and it's one of the few cities we've actually been able to properly go around on tour. And it's amazing. It's such a nice city. We were just proper tourists for the day, which is really nice. So just went down by the river, saw the Parliament, Basilica. And the sun was out. It was so warm. We were in the sunset. So yeah, it's been a really, really nice
Cool.
trip.
Okay, I'm glad. Now let's take it back to the beginning for a moment. When and how did you get into writing songs and producing music?
So I got into producing music first. My dad actually downloaded some software onto the family computer, which would let you sort of drag and drop loops and things like that. So I found it amazing how you could just get the computer to make any sounds you can imagine. And that was when I was about 13. I started making just all kinds of music. I really liked making film music, and I was sort of composing more orchestral pieces and things like that. And then I got some free singing lessons as part of a music course that I was doing, and fell in love with singing, and it was a very natural progression into singing and then writing my own songs and then performing those songs and then producing the songs I was writing. And it all came very sort of hand in hand, naturally together. And then, just kept doing it. And here we are.
Okay. And who were your biggest inspirations when you were growing up? And who are they now?
Well, one of the first songs that I was obsessed with was 9 to 5 by Dolly Parton. I loved the sort of everyday sounds. When you hear the cash register and the like ding in the music and stuff, and I fell in love with that. So Dolly Parton was like quite a big inspiration really early on. And I was also obsessed with this album from LaRue. And I would just play that on repeat and repeat. And then as I started songwriting a bit more, I was listening to Katie Tunstall, Adele, and then now I think I'm listening to less sort of the singer-songwriter sound, and I'm really liking a lot of the kind of pop, old pop, hip-hop, jazz world. So I'm really inspired by Anderson .Paak, Easy Life, Remy Wolf, artists that have really sort of fun, cool, kind of wobbly sounds. I like to call them wobbly.
Okay. Now your latest single, Dopamine, came out at the beginning of May. Well, first of all, congratulations on it.
Thank you very much.
Can you tell me a bit about the background of the song? Like, what inspired it and what is the message that you're trying to get across with it?
So the song's called Dopamine, and it's actually it's one of the first slow songs I've put out in ages, and it was inspired by coming off touring last year. I had done lots of intense touring and I had loads of fun, but I'd come home and I really needed to rest, and that's not normally my first instinct. I'm always like very high energy and I want to be playing shows and having fun and making music, and I hit a point where I needed to stop, and so I was sat at the keyboard and sort of almost started speaking really, and then the first line of the song, I need to slow down sometimes, kind of came out, and I wrote it really quickly because it was a very sort of natural, almost just me talking, but it's a very special song to me because I don't normally indulge in that kind of slower moment, and it felt very therapeutic to make this song. Even when I was producing it, it was just so relaxing that it was a real pleasure to write and produce.
Alright, so as you mentioned, it's a bit different from your other songs, because generally I feel like your songs are really positive and they really have the ability to put people in a good mood. So I'm wondering what helps you remain positive and optimistic?
Good question. Definitely friends and family. I'm a very social person, and I think if I'm ever needing, if I'm in my head or feeling negative, I almost always for me it's just talking to someone. So that's a big part for me. And then I love unwinding, relaxing, kind of shutting off, because my work is so intense, and you know, anytime I pick up my phone, it's all work. So it's there's social media, and then I'm making music, and I'm playing shows even on weekends. So it's really important for me staying kind of positive and protecting my headspace to have really protected downtime. So I really love cooking. It's one of my favorite things. I love sort of TV, especially sitcoms where I don't need to think about anything. So like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Community, it's Parks and Recreation, loads, just any sitcom basically.
Alright. And which song of yours would you show to a person that doesn't know you yet?
Ooh, I think I would show them Swing, which was the first single I released with my label, because I think it's really hooky, high energy. There's lots of kind of jokes and weird samples and sounds, and I think it is the most like intense hit of me you get in this song.
Okay. Now currently you're on tour with the Pentatonics, playing in arenas, which is a massive opportunity. So first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
How has this experience been for you so far?
Amazing. It's been incredible. I mean, it's the biggest shows I've ever played, and it's the biggest and longest tour I've done.
How many days?
It's 19, I think. So
okay.
I think we're on show 13 now. But I think I've learned a lot about myself, about touring, about working with other people. You know, we've joined into my team is 3 or 4 people on the road, including myself. So we're a very small team, and then we're joining in with their really big crew. So I've learned a lot about how bigger teams run live shows, but I've also learned about how to work in a small team and how to fit into that, how to get on with loads of different people, and then, you know, how to pace myself and make sure that I'm getting enough sleep, getting enough downtime, managing your emotions on the road as well. It's touring is really intense, and you're still going to go through the natural range of human emotions, and so learning, you know, to give yourself some time if you're in a bad mood, or, you know, when recognizing when you need to take 5 minutes to yourself, and how to pace yourself and not do too much, but also make the most out of everything. It's definitely a fine balance, and I've just really learned a lot already just about how I'm going to tour in the future, and how I want to be around teams basically.
All right. And do you have any pre-show rituals that you always do before every concert of yours?
Yeah, I always warm up my vocals. That's the main thing really, is I don't get dressed for a show until just before, so I'll put my clothes on, do my makeup, and then do my vocal warm-ups. And I think it always puts me in the show headspace, and that's why I don't want to put the show clothes on until just before, so that I always associate that with doing the show. Because I don't think there's anything that you, apart from vocal warm-ups, there's nothing that you have to do really. It's more just like something that you do every time that puts you in that mindset, in that zone. But I think just vocal warm-ups really. I don't do anything like skip 5 times.
All right.
And, you know.
So is there any message that you would like to share with your Hungarian audience?
I would say, firstly, thank you for having me. Budapest is one of my favourite cities I've ever visited. It's beautiful. And I can't wait to see you all this evening. 12,000 people. It's going to be a really exciting show. And hopefully I'll get to be back really soon.
Alright, just one more thing before we let you go. We would like to teach you something, so you can take away something from this interview as well.
Okay.
So do you know any Hungarian words?
I don't think I know any. No.
Okay, so is it okay for you if we teach you how to say I love you in Hungarian?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so it goes like this. Szeretlek.
Szeretlek.
Yeah, that's it.
Ah! That's it. Szeretlek.
Yep.
There you go.
Alright, Ali, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, and can't wait to see you on stage tonight.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.